marmoleum and shore step, just to find out how this works in cleaning safety floors. It's actually used in the UK, this rotor wash, for cleaning safety floors, because it doesn't give it a polish, doesn't give it a high glare, which is sometimes what we need on hard floors. So the duplex, they're similar. The only reason I've got it here is I can explain steam. Steam cleaning, bit of a buzzword now. You can use steam on Flotex, it won't be a problem. In terms of cleaning, that's another question mark. To clean, you have to get rid of the dirt. If you just steam something, all you do is you cause that dirt to go down to the bottom. So the definition of cleaning, for me, is not correct in that context. So yes, you can use it to loosen the stain or the spillage and then clean it off, but it doesn't actually dissolve dirt. Mineral deposits won't dissolve. So you can use steam, and we do use steam. This is a 3-in-1, which is really a mixture of that and that. Have to be careful with this because it's got water in. But essentially we've got a suction slot at the front, we have a brush here and a spray. So think of the spray on there, and then stick a brush in there, and then an extractor. And that's what these are. And these are used in old people's homes where we get a lot of urine spillages. All self-contained, but they use a lot of water. And if you've got urine and you want to clean that out effectively, you've got to use quite a bit of water. It's like using the toilet. When you use the toilet, you flush the chain. Likewise, when Flotex is used as a toilet, you've got to flush it out. We did have a marketing manager say, if you use Flotex as a toilet, you have to flush it like a toilet if you don't want it to smell. That's actually very true. If you don't flush your toilet at home, it starts to smell. Okay, how are we doing for time, guys? 5 minutes, good. And finally, I will mention dry extraction, because I have done a lot of work with dry extraction. You can use it on Flotex, but the question mark about it is, do you really need to? When you've got the quickest drying textile floor covering that is anyway, so why do you need to use a dry system when you can use something like that, which will be dry in less than an hour? The answer is sometimes you do. If it's a hotel reception, 24 hours a day, that you can't section off, you need to use a system. So dry powder you can use. And just as a throwaway, I do work with Host. I've worked with them for many years, but we supply the Ministry of Defence, the Royal Navy in the UK, and Host is on board every ship in the Royal Navy, and we were responsible for putting it there because they use one of our other carpets, Coral Classic and Coral Brush, but the Royal Navy cannot use water to clean their carpets, which I think is rather ironic considering that they're on the ocean 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, but they can't use water. So the only system they can use for cleaning the carpets is a dry extraction method. So you can use it, it's not the most effective, but it's there. Finally, before you go, repairs. Flotex is good, but it's not bulletproof. And somebody's calling me, but I don't care. You don't care. Hopefully I've got a knife in here. Okay. Don't worry, we'll just use this. If you you need a repair, you can cut it out very simply. Flotex is intended to be butt jointed, so it does join very, very well. And there is a joint somewhere down here on this piece, which you can't see. It's about, I think it's around here, all the way along. I can't see it. But if you do need to make a repair, we use a cookie cutter. It's a small repair, and the best way of finding where the repair is there. And there is another one somewhere. There we go. So you can interchange them. Always check which way the pile is going, because if you don't, think you can see the difference there. But if you get it going the same way, then should be a problem. So if you do get a repair, you can do quite, what is essentially an invisible repair. And just, if you don't want to use a big bit, you can cut little bits out as well. I think there's another one there. I did these and I had trouble finding them, so when you do them, always line them up. Essentially, so if you need to make a repair, the facility's there. This is done on a tile. One might argue, why am I doing it? If you get a damaged tile, replace it with a different one. But our sheet is exactly the same.
How about cigarettes?
That's exactly, yeah. Nylon is a plastic, so it will melt with a cigarette burn. Fortunately, I have to say, the damage due to cigarettes in this country has diminished remarkably since they banned smoking in public places. But to be fair, we never really got a major problem. The biggest problem we've had, and it's not really a problem because it was not an issue to sort out, was chewing gum. And we've had this in several pop venues, concert venues, away. Places like Brixton Academy in London, which is a huge venue, 4,000 people, open every night. And they had a particular problem with chewing gum because the kids were all in there. Can you imagine 4,000 people, tramp, tramp, tramp. So we actually use steam on that. They bought a steam lance and they use steam to get rid of the chewing gum. We would tend to say use one of the chewing gum removal gels that are available. You can use a freezer. But freezers are not the best thing in the world. But the gels are actually very, very good. So use a gel. Extreme circumstances, use steam. Okay, any questions?
Yes. Hospital.
Yeah.
Cleaning.
Yeah.
If there's, that's not probably the issue here, but in other countries like in Czech Republic, there is a disinfection plan which is applied every day 2 or 3 times. So they clean the floor, like